Hey guys, welcome back to this place, and if you are new, then welcome here for the very first time. I am Carmen, and today we are watching Westworld Season 3, Episode 4. I am pretty hyped because last time we had Caleb agreeing to team up with Dolores. We had Charlotte Hale working with Sirach, or Charlotte Hale, I should say. And we know that Maeve is in our world and she has been hired by Sirach, for lack of a better word, or not really hired because I don't think she's really getting anything out of it, but she's been recruited by Sirach to help her find and stop Dolores. We also have Bernard and Stubbs out there trying to meet up with Maeve to do the same thing. So yeah, let's just see what happens in this episode. There's so much glass there.
I know what's real. I know what's real.
Do you though, hun?
Will you?
I know you're not fucking real.
What? Scared me. Okay, this is mirroring what happened to his wife.
What are you gonna do? Shoot me again? Please, no, please don't.
I'm in control.
You're really not. You're really not.
I've always been in control.
No, if you're not.
My choices are my own.
Oh, so you chose to kill me?
What?
I think that he might need some help, you know, like a therapist and a facility, and just some help.
Are you still working at Anderson Private Equity?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I am.
Perfect.
I just love Dolores. I'm sorry. I don't feel bad about it though.
Give me your forearm.
You need the encryption key in his blood to pull this off. It started degrading once we exposed it to oxygen. You have 20 minutes left.
Fuck me.
This seems very unhygienic to insert someone else's blood into your blood. Like, do we know that he's okay? Like, I'm just saying.
Another simulation? Oh, this one's a bit over the top.
No, Maeve. This is Singapore.
If you'd really wanted to impress me, you could have thought to bring me to Paris.
There is so much you don't know. Paris, for instance.
Does it not exist anymore? What happened to Paris?
But alas, there's nothing left to see.
What the fuck?
It exists now only in my mind.
Was it war? Like,
So you want me to find Dolores?
yeah.
But what's in it for me?
Yes, thank you. What is in it for my
As
girl?
I told you, I deal in futures, and that's what I'm offering you.
The future.
Here?
In your world.
She doesn't want that, I don't think.
No, not here.
Okay.
Sadly, there's no path to your kind of mind sharing a world, but
I mean, there could be.
there is a
fucking
world for you.
asshole. Who the fuck is this? Why are we torturing someone?
小伟，我带他去冰商人。我只知道这些。
Thank you.
He's gonna kill you now.
Hey,
If you find Dolores, why would I bother bringing her back to you?
Yeah.
Your mind is complicated, Maeve, but not so complicated that we couldn't build enough switch into it. She had.
I hope that her and Dolores team the fuck up and take that fucking asshole down. Like, God, I hate him.
Try to stay calm. The faster your heart beats, the faster the marker degrades.
What happens if it degrades too fast?
We do this the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way.
Murder?
I kill everyone.
Yeah. Y'all, I gotta love her. Like, I've got no choice. Remain calm.
If my client wanted people prying into his personal affairs, he would have gone to a regular bank. Your establishment's role is to move the money. Mr. Dempsey's role is to spend it as he sees fit.
Of course.
He went full asshole mode to this poor lady working there.
Given the size of the transaction, we must do one final authentication before releasing them.
Is Dolores gonna have to kill everybody? Cause like, just go through. Just go through. Just go through. Just go through.
滚开！要把你丫给卖了吗？
Oh, you're so stupid.
Let's try that again, shall we?
我们不知道他在哪儿，就给电话号码。
All I want is information on someone to whom you sold a new identity. Golden blonde hair. A little intense.
She asked me to smuggle out bodies, but that's not my business. So I sent her to the Yakuza. They helped your friend move those bodies.
The Yakuza.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like an introduction.
To the Yakuza? I mean, Maeve can take care of herself, but... Are they bidding on these people? Are these people for sale, or are they just looking? I'm a little disturbed.
William Dempsey?
What do you do?
Oh, fuck.
Go on me.
Enter diagnostic mode.
Oh, fuck.
She hasn't changed him yet.
No.
It's nothing personal.
Likewise.
I love it because they actually literally mean it. Like, you know, usually when people say that, it's like a lie, but they're just like, I mean, really, I have nothing against you. Dolores! Oh, fuck, Dolores. Dolores. Is Stubbs okay, though? Because I really don't want Stubbs to be hurt, you know? Maeve about to fuck up the Yakuza, like, what the fuck? That's not something I ever thought would happen.
Oh, well, you're very pretty, aren't you? I'm afraid you don't speak its language.
Oh, shit. Is she badass? That poor woman, like, why does she have to come? Like, you know, could she not just have told you where to go? Are we gonna recognize him?
Hello, Maeve.
It's I knew we were gonna recognize him. See, I said, why did that poor woman have to come? I knew she was gonna get killed.
He's coming with me.
Oh, wow.
You're helping her, are you? Just give me the asshole and I will let you walk out of here.
Connors! The fuck took you so long?
Fucking run!
Wait, why does he want him to run?
Gotta go after him.
Okay. I was like, you need to, like, get him, right? Oh, don't kill Bernard, though.
Hello, Bernard.
That's just, everything's happening. Everything's happening.
Who are you? Really?
Can we...
Who would she have trusted?
Yes, can we find out who the fuck these people are?
Let's go.
Do you think you convinced her? Because I know you. Better than anyone. I know you down to your bones.
Who the fuck are you?
Your oldest friend.
Dolores.
No, it's not Dolores,
I told you you'd try and stop me.
right? She just...
You've just made copies of yourself.
If you want something done right, do it yourself. I shouldn't have to explain that to you, Maeve.
What?
You said you were going to build a new world for all of us. You just want it for yourself.
The thing we're going to do isn't easy. There will be a place place for the others in the world we'll build.
I want to tear you apart piece by piece. Get the fuck off me. Get the fuck off of me.
Don't hurt him. It's okay. I'm okay. It's not his fault. He's sick. They work at a private mental health hospital. You need help. Now that you're being committed, I have to inform you that the board will deem you incompetent, and all of your voting shares will transfer to the current acting president, me.
No. No! No! No!
What the fuck? Dolores an evil mastermind. Why am I still here for it though?
I'm with her.
Hello, lover.
Surprise, bitch! Okay, we're gonna bring Maeve back, so I'm not worried about her being like permanently dead.
I guess you've reached the center of your maze, well.
That's pretty savage.
But the maze is about understanding. Ask me the question, will you? The answer you so desperately want to know.
Is this real? Is that what he wants to ask?
Me.
And by me, is that what he said?
Welcome to the end of the game.
Okay, so she wasn't really there. Alright, so there was quite a bit in this episode. I do think that we got a lot of answers in this episode. We got the man in black back. We got some more Maeve, which, you know, I always enjoy. But I do think that out of the episodes of this season that we've seen so far, this was kind of seemed a bit slow-paced and a bit drawn out to me. I don't know. That could just be me. I would say something about this episode didn't hit me like the previous 3 episodes have. I like how they're kind of bringing everybody together, but yeah, I don't know. I don't have a specific reason, but this episode felt slow to me, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of shit was happening, and there was definitely moments that were really great, but just overall, it felt a bit slower than the previous ones. Again, I don't know, that's just me. But I still enjoyed it, and I still liked a lot of the things that we learned. I'm gonna ask a question, but if the show answers it, I don't know, I almost don't want to ask it because I don't want anybody to answer it in the comments, but are the pearls actually all Dolores? Except for we know one is Bernard, but are the others, is Charlotte Hale, is Liam, is, not Liam, the bodyguard guy, and yeah, are they also Dolores? Is it just Dolores? Because I did think in the beginning of this season, until somebody asked me who I thought the pearls were, I kind of assumed that Charlotte Hale was also Dolores, that they were both just Dolores, but then I thought, well, it's got to be somebody else. Like, she had multiple, like, it makes sense that, like, oh, Musashi. Like, are all of those people really just Dolores? Because she said, or Musashi said, if you want to do something right, you have to do it yourself, so it would make sense, although, I don't know, if that is the truth of who all the pearls are, it's not a twist that I enjoy. Like, I don't know. I think that it could have been more interesting if it's not all Dolores, because again, I just kind of assumed that kind of going into this, that at least Charlotte Hale was also Dolores. So if it's all Dolores, then I don't know, it's almost too easy. Like, I kind of would have wanted to have more characters than them all just being Dolores, because I do think that Dolores in this season has been, I mean, she's still badass, she still wants to kill people, she still wants to fuck shit up, but she's been much more kind of remorseful and human about it. So I can't explain why. I don't love the idea of it all being Dolores, but I just don't love that idea. So something else in this episode that I want to talk about that I actually really enjoyed was the return of the Man in Black, aka William, and he's not doing great, okay? He is seeing his daughter who he killed. He's still really struggling with the question of, is this real? Is he real? Are the choices that he made really the choices he made? And all of that stuff. And now he has been tricked by Charlotte Hale into an institution where they're watching him, and he's having delusions of Dolores. Now, I wonder how this all ties into what we saw at the end of last season, where he is in the place that James Delos was in, and his daughter's asking him questions about fidelity, right? And I don't know how we get from here to there, or if we actually get from here to there, if that was like a red herring or what. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is the end of the Man in Black's story. The way that fake Dolores talked to him when he was in the cell kind of seemed like it was the end of his story. Like, she said, welcome to the end, or something akin to that. And so, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that ties in, but I'm sure that we'll find out probably at some point if it does. I did really like that. I liked how they had in his delusion, right? Like, there's blood dripping on him from the chandelier where the water was dripping onto the table before, where, you know, the bath that his wife, you know, did the thing in is above, and then he is looking up and the water, or not water, the blood is dripping on his face, and then he is coming out of the water, and then he's falling out of the tub onto the floor where the water would have run, and which caused the dripping. And I don't know. I did a really bad job of describing that, but I liked the parallel between him just kind of being confronted, or the parallel between the episode where we see what happened to his wife and this episode. And I like him being confronted with all the choices that he's made that have brought him to where he is right now, which is kind of not a great place to be in mentally. You know, he's definitely off his rocker a bit, and that was why Charlotte Hale was able to manipulate him and get him taken to that place and committed, I'm assuming, against his own wishes. Something else interesting that we learned that I don't really understand how it works is that there's a hash key, some sort of encryption in people's blood, that when they do their fingerprint, it goes into the computer and verifies who they are. But I don't understand how that works, because your fingerprint should still be the same, right? It's just reading the blood in your body. Then why do you have to use your finger? I don't know. Maybe someone can explain that to me, because I didn't really understand it. I thought it was interesting and kind of cool, but I don't know why a fingerprint wouldn't be sufficient. I was gonna, like, I mean, a fingerprint can be faked, but then obviously, clearly, the blood can be faked too. It doesn't seem that much harder, so maybe because you have a limited amount of time once you take the blood out, it's harder, but yeah, I didn't get it, but I thought it was kind of cool. We also learned via Serac that Paris does not exist anymore in this world. We saw a little bit of flashbacks to when he was a child, and there seemed to be some sort of stuff on fire in the foreground of the memory when him and his brother are like looking out. Something was on fire. There was like a big smoke cloud. So my guess is like a war happened, perhaps a bomb was dropped, something horrible like that, and now Paris doesn't exist anymore. So that's pretty shitty. Like, But why would they not rebuild unless it's unable to be rebuilt? I mean, obviously it would be horrible for Paris and the vast history there to just be gone, but unless it's some sort of event where there's radiation or there's some reason that you just can't even exist there anymore. Again, I'm guessing it was some kind of war, and that's why Serac is so adamant that people shouldn't get to choose, that humanity just does fucked up shit and they need something to create a path for them so that they don't do that. But I don't know. I got really annoyed with Serac in this episode when he is torturing the guy that helped Dolores, you know, and he's trying to show Maeve that he's right or something, and he kills that guy, and he just says that he betrayed his kind and he doesn't know it yet and all this other stupid shit. And like, I understand that humans can be really shitty, and humans can also be really great and create beautiful art and have a lot of compassion for other people and all of that. Like, humanity has always been kind of, the world, I guess, has always been a balancing act, right? Humanity itself is a balancing act. There's good and bad in everything and in everybody. And I just really get frustrated with Serac kind of acting like he's the fucking appointed king or god or whatever of humanity, and only he understands and only he can create something that can fix the path of humanity. Like, the ego on this guy is astonishing. I really don't like him. It doesn't make sense, because why is he so hell-bent on fixing humanity, on creating this path for humanity forward, on all of this, when humanity is the problem, kind of, according to him, right? You know, it's like, if humanity can choose their own path, they're gonna choose shit, which, it's just like, I don't know, I hate his worldview, I guess. I don't like it, and it's too cynical. It's too cynical, and y'all, I'm really bad at describing this right now, but I just don't like I said, how he's kind of appointed himself like the king or ruler of humanity, and he should get to choose. And I know that it's Rehoboam that's choosing people's lives for them based on an algorithm and all of that stuff. I understand it's based on probability and blah, blah, blah. But it's also taking away the element of free will. Like, just because something is probable to happen doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen. I'm sure, like, obviously we've learned about Paris and him being a child. He has some kind of tragic backstory. But I don't like him. And his idea that, like, oh, there's no way for humans and hosts to coexist peacefully. Like, but how do you know? It's never been attempted before, so how do you know that it wouldn't work? Maeve, as always, was badass in this episode. I hate that she kind of has to work for Serac because he's not actually giving her a choice. Again, he clearly doesn't believe in free will, but she's doing what she has to do, and I understand that for her. And it's really hard because I want Dolores to succeed, and I think maybe a part of Maeve wants Dolores to succeed as well, but she's not really been given free will. Again, she's being used as a pawn. It's just frustrating, right? Because Maeve, I want her to be free to make her own choices. Dolores, I want her to be free, and yet they're still kind of, in a way, being controlled. Like, Maeve, 100% being controlled by this outside force that's beyond her control, and she has to do this thing or else he's gonna make her stop existing or whatever, right? So that's just really frustrating for me, for Maeve. And then Dolores just wants to exist in the real world and have her kind exist in the real world, and oh, we need to stop her because why? Like, okay, yeah, she's killing people and stuff, but why can we not talk to people? Why can we not attempt to understand people and where they're coming from and stuff. I don't know, guys. I think I'm just a little frustrated by this episode. I'll probably like it more when I rewatch it and stuff, but just immediately after seeing it, a little, I wanted more, and I want more from the next episode. I think we will get it, because this show is usually always really, really good, and I don't know why this episode felt slower to me. It could just be I'm in a weird mood, and it's not the show's fault at all. I don't know. Things I liked about this episode. Maeve, fucking shut up. Like always, I always am here for Maeve, fucking shut up. I really want a Maeve and Dolores team up, honestly. Can we be like, fuck you, Sirach, and like, they team up? That's what I want. Dolores, fucking shut up, always, you know, here for it, here for it. Her and Caleb, kind of cute, kind of ship it, not gonna lie. Caleb being like, I'm with her at the end, and then Dolores popping up and Liam being like, what the fuck? Loved that. Is Stubbs okay? I didn't love that, but is Stubbs okay? I liked seeing Stubbs and Bernard, although, I don't know, I don't love what Bernard's doing this season, but I like seeing him and Stubbs. I like his new style too. Bernard looks way better with the shaved head and the beard. I liked seeing the Man in Black back. I liked seeing sort of his descent into madness, I guess. It was interesting and entertaining to watch. I think that's all I have to say about this episode, you guys. I don't dislike it. I just feel like it could have been better as a wrap-up. Like the tone of it just felt very, I don't know, it's like it felt very low stakes even though it seemed high stakes. It didn't feel high stakes. Maybe that was it. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking now and get to editing. As always, let me know what you thought in the comments down below, and until next time. Bye, guys.